Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in today. Now, yesterday I did mention that we'd have a new product to play with, and it's a new set of sticker stencils. And this is the sort of design we're going to create. This is the Moon Jar collection. Now, I've got some Christmas designs planned with the glass dome, so we'll come on to those later in the year. But for today, I thought we'd use this beautiful glass jar. I'm going to start mine with a piece of our Lavinia multifarious 7x7. And the first thing I do is the corner is just cut off the sticker stencil, just so it's easy to get on and off the carrier sheet. So I've got my jar roughly in the middle. And I'm going to start with the Elements Ink Stella Blue to outline my jar. So I'm going to come in with the larger stencil brush. And I just want to give sort of an outline to start off with of where the jar is. So I'm just going to come in a little. Now my Della Blue, mine's a well-used one. So in all honesty, I could probably get away with going straight on. But I like to just blend it in the lid. I just think it's a good habit to get into. Just blending that white off the card. Because I'm going to come in with my blue Atoll and my number 3 stencil brush. And I'm now going to just gently come in and add the edge to my glass jar. So starting on the corners, look. Again, into the lid. I'm just going to go up this side. And then across the top. Down the side. Down this side. And it's just to outline, give that basic outline shape of the jar. Now, we have got a fabulous stamp of the stopper that goes in the jar, but I'm not going to use that today. I want to make my jar look as though it's got one of those rimmed lids. So I'm just going to use the inner part, and I'm going to pop that, let me think, just on the neck of the jar there. And I'm going to come in from the sides, go right across, just to add that shade. And this is just such a lovely shape, the bottom of the jar, look. So I'm going to add another one here. Again, into the lid. And then come in from each side, because I want more colour at the sides. And I'm just adding some shape, some detail to that jar. And we'll just add a little bit more at the top, look. Now you can make an open jar. I'll show you. There we go. And look, I just think that's lovely. We've not done a lot, but it just gives that. And if we want to make the collars here a bit more shape, just come in from the sides, look. Same this side, in. And I'm going across the way I almost want the light to fall. And then down. And then at the base, we'll just start that idea that we've got that base of the jar there. So can you see? So I'm just going to pop that back on my carrier sheet, and I'll give it a wipe in a minute. And it's just given me that idea that that jar has got some shape to it. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. Now, again, do you know what? So many possibilities. There are so many things you can put in these jars. You've got fairies, you've got bees in with honey. Oh, you've got building, you've got fish in a jar. Oh, so many possibilities. So I've just gone for one floral today, keeping it nice and simple. And I just wanted some rocks at the base. So I'm going to come in, and this is off the Forest Moss set. And I'm just going to use a brown ink for this. So I've gone for the Portobello and the VersaFine Clair. And I'm just going to pop myself some sort of rock shapes. So I want to turn it round so they don't look identical. Just need a little bit more. Again, I want to go that big one. There we go. And what I've done, on a piece of scrap paper, I've just randomly stamped. Now, you could make yourself a mask for this, but I only roughly want that shape because I'm not going to be stamping the exact same thing again. So, because what I'm going to stamp now is my lovely Twilight Lily. And I've gone for the beautiful red for this, the strawberry in the VersaFine Clair. I just fancied something really bright to stand out. And I just want to mask the base. So, like I say, just a piece of copy paper, and it's just roughly, I know, very technical, isn't it? As I say, you can only mask it sheet, make a mask exactly the right shape, but I'm not going to be using this again. So I'm just going to use my copy paper for now and pop it there. Now, when you think this would look lovely, so many different colours, you've got so many lovely florals. Lift that up, take that bit of paper off, and look, you've got that lovely design there. Now, I'll give that a bit of a blot. And then we'll just add a little bit of colour. So I'm going to come in with my aquarelle pencils, and I've just gone today for a couple of browns, 30 and 32. So I'm just going to speedily add the darker colour, and again, you will take your time with this. And I'm just going to add my darker colour. Again, Tracy's put lots of those lovely dots so we know where the shade's going to be. But all I want to put on to start off with is some base colour. I'm going to add more colour around. So and I'm just coming in with a lighter brown and a darker brown, just for the beginning as a little starting point. And then with my water brush, my lovely Lavinia water brush, I'm just going to blend those two colours together. So that's why I haven't gone too mad with my colouring, because I'm going to blend and I'm going to add some pastel pencil. So it's just a base to get that base colour just down. There we go. And while that's drying, I'm going to colour my flower. So if you bear with me, I just need to turn it upside down. It's just easier for me. And I want to come in with my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to use my silver and my clear. I don't want to lose that beautiful detail. Now, I just want a piece of kitchen roll, which, excuse me, it's on the floor next to Eric. Sorry, mate. But I just want to lean on this. And what I'm going to do is use the silver to add some lovely detail. And then I'm going to come in with my clear and just almost blend that silver. Now you can do them all silver if you want. I just like the combination of almost blending the silver and the clear. That way I keep all that lovely detail, but I get that lovely dark where I want the darker colour, especially the leaves that are behind. And I can just drag that colour out. So for me, it's the best of both worlds. Now it might be you want to use your pencils and colour these, and then add some sparkle on top. But you know me, I like a nice, quick but effective way. So again, all the lovely florals that are behind and at the base of the flower where there's a deeper colour, using my silver and then just coming in with that clear and blending over the top. Right, two more left. So again, just at the base, look. And I know you're asking why I'm doing it upside down, and it's just I find it easier. And I also find it easier to do the colouring of the furthest away first. so that I'm not going to put my hand over it, because there's nothing worse than doing beautiful colouring and then actually putting your hand on it when you're not quite concentrating, because we all get into a different world when we colour, don't we? Well, I certainly do. So I'm hoping my head didn't show too much over that. Now, Wink of Stella, it will get more sparkly as it goes, but can you see we've got that lovely sparkle, but you can still see all that beautiful detail. Now, I need to just stamp a couple of little bees. Now, I've got something to tell you here, and again, please don't judge me. So we've got this gorgeous stamp set called Bumble Hums. Now, I'm sorry, Tracy, but my shape is slightly different now. I did give them an anaesthetic first, but I just chopped this little one out, look. Now, I still get a group, which is lovely, and I can still add this one if I want. But when I just want one on its own, this is fabulous. So I'm a bit of a tinker. I do like to sort of cut into my stamps. But as I say, anaesthetic first, they don't get harmed. And I'm going to have one there. Look at the detail. Tiny but exquisite detail. I mean, you could mask off, but again, for me, no. I'm going to have one there, and I'm going to stamp one just coming out at the top later. So want to add a little bit more sort of interest down here. And so for that, just going to come in with my lovely pastel pencils. And these are my lovely soft pastel pencils. And first of all, I'm just going to come in with a dark brown and just add a little bit of shade on the boulders here. And again, I'm just blending it with my finger. Look at that, what a difference between the two. And again, you'll probably take a bit longer at home. And then just in the middle, I'll just add a little bit more, and underneath. And then at the top, I'm going to come in with a yellow. And almost what I'm thinking is these flowers have got a yellow glow on them. And on these beautiful stems, look, just going to go in with the yellow. And then with a little, you can use your finger. This is a biodegradable cotton bud. Just going to blend that yellow. And I'm thinking the yellow, it just almost will reflect that beautiful colouring when we do our bees. So I just love that combination. And then at the bottom, just blend that shade. And then while we're doing the base, I've got a lovely grey here, look. And I can add a little bit more shape to the base of my jar. Right, which end haven't I used? There we go. So, and the pastel pencils are fabulous for this. And while we've got them, look, we can just add a bit more at the top, just accentuate. And then down the side, just to almost make that reflection in the jar. So again, just a bit more shade, a little bit here on the neck. And that's just with the grey. So again, just blend that out. Blending does two things. It fixes the pastel, so we don't need to do a spray fixative. We've not done a whole design, we're just using it for highlights. But can you see, that just helps that shape of the whole jar. So what I'm going to do now is add my lovely, I want some little splatters and I want some white highlights. So we'll add the white highlights on the pebbles, look, just to give it a bit more sort of 3D. And I want to do this before I take the sticker stencil off, because I've done that before now. I've really enjoyed what I've been doing and got quite carried away, taken the sticker stencil off and then realised I shouldn't have done. I don't know if I'm the only one. Have you ever done that? I know you can stick it back on, but... So I think I'm ready now. So again, just in that corner, and I just tend to pull my card back, look, lift that off. And to clean it, all you're going to do is pop it on your mat, damp cloth, clean cloth, or in my case, inky binky, and then back on your carrier sheet. So this means now I can stamp that extra. Want a little bee popping out of the jar. So we can pop him just up here. He's on his way out of that jar. And it does mean I can come in with my gold Wink of Stella and just add a little bit of gold, look, to their bodies. And that'll add me a nice little bit of sparkle as well. And then a little bit of clear on the wings. And I think you've got such a lovely design in your jar. But I do want to add, if you look at the finished design, we need to ground it, and also we've got a lovely tag on there. So first of all, the grounding, and we're going to come in with the black pastel, and I decide about there and there for my level. And then I'm just going to go around the base of the jar and add a little bit of my pastel. And then using that cotton bud, and again I'm just doing a sideways motion to smudge it. As I say, it'll fix it, but also it looks better. And what looks really nice is if you take the grey, she says, I can't get it out of the little box, and I just found if I add the grey on top and just put it around the jar, it almost looks like a little bit of the reflection from the jar. It lightens up that little area. I'm just going to blow any excess off. I'll just smudge that there. And there we go. We've got our lovely grounding. So we'll pop that on the floor. And before we make the tag, I want to add some little droplets of water. So I'm going to come in with my glossy accents. Now, I love glossy accents. These have been around for years. I'll move that out of the way. Now, I always test mine on my mat. Yeah, that's working fine, but better wipe that up. And I just want to add some little, so they're like little water droplets. Now, it might be you're going to put fish in your jar and you're going to add water. So you can use your glossy accents for the water. And I'm just adding some on my little pebbles and just in the bottom here. So as I say, I've got some little droplets of water in there. And if I show you my original, these take a good few hours to dry, depending on the heat of your room. But can you see we've got these gorgeous droplets of water? And that's because this is a jar of morning dew. Now, so we need our tag. So what I've got is there are actually 3 different sizes of these beautiful little tags, look. And these are off the framelit set that you can get from Lavinia. And look, there's 1, 2, 3 of these gorgeous small. So every time I'm cutting out, I cut myself extra. And this is a great way of using your little scraps up. So we're going to go for this size. Got a nice little tin full of them. And what we'll do is we'll take the whiteness off the card with our blue Atoll brush. And then to add a little bit more colour, and this is just so it all matches, I'm just going to come round the edge So I'm using the same colours and we'll just edge the tag. And then, so it matches, a couple of little specks with the lovely yellow sparkle. And then I'm just going to set that over there. Clean that up. Keep it nice and tidy. And here's our design. Now I need a little sentiment to go on here. So our Enchanted Word stickers are perfect for this. Now, Avalon Dew, I think I shall put on this one. So I'm going to take my sticker off and just pop it on my scissors. I just find it easier to stick it on. There we go. So we're going to add this here. So with our bippity boppity glue. Now if you want it raised, we have got the silicone glue gel. This one I'm putting flat. So I'm just going to pop it here. Now again, you can thread through a needle and thread and hang it. I did that with my lovely bumblebees in a jar. But for this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of thread. And I'm going to get my lovely craft yarn, and I've gone for the blue. So that's a bit bright. This one, I think. Have I got enough there? Right, let's see. So now you could thread it through. I'm just going to make a little bow. So I just make my 2 bunny ears, one over the other, bend it through, and we've got a lovely bow. I'm just going to jiggle that to the right size. I think that's about right. Just chop a bit off these. And then I just find the easiest way is to pop a little bit of glue in the middle of my tag there. And then just pop my bow on top. And just hold that down for a couple of seconds. And that'll stick beautifully. Now I need to be mindful that my glossy accents will take a while to dry. So I'll bring in the finished design. Just pop the one next to it we've done today. I cannot wait to see what you put in your jar. Are you going to put the bung in the jar? Are you going to leave it out like I've done? There are so many different things you can do. We've only covered a few. They'll be great for Halloween. Oh, honestly, so many different things. And as I say, the dome, well, that is just Christmas all wrapped up. So excited. So thank you very much for joining me again. As always, you take care of yourselves, and love and hugs from me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.